Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm your host Mariam Shabir and you're watching program Follow Up. Today we will talk about bilateral relations of European Union delegation to Pakistan, and we have with us a man who perhaps needs no introduction in Pakistan, His Excellency Jean-Francois Cautain, who is EU ambassador to Pakistan. Thank you very much, ambassador, for your time.
Thank you for the invitation.
And with your presence and the previous delegations, of course, we have started 5-year engagement plan. I'll start from that. So what was the idea behind this 5-year engagement plan? Can you tell viewers a little bit about its overall thematic areas?
Actually, the relationship between the EU and Pakistan started before that. I mean, we have now, I think, 27, 28 years relationship with Pakistan as European Union. But in 2012, because Pakistan was going through a difficult time in terms of security situation, economic situation, we come up with this idea with Pakistan to have a 5-year engagement plan, 2012-2017, which actually was a plan which spelled out the different elements of our relationship with Pakistan. So it was a kind of guidelines or framework for us to enhance the dialogue between Pakistan and the European Union. After 5 years, I mean in 2017, the assessment of this 5-year engagement plan was very positive by both sides. Both sides decided that we should go for a new plan, and another more ambitious plan actually, because now we have agreed on the strategic engagement plan. Actually, last week we had your Foreign Minister, His Excellency Qureshi, and my boss, the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Policy and Security. She came to Pakistan, and with His Excellency Qureshi, they agreed on the final text of this strategic engagement plan. So what does it mean? It means that we have, EU and Pakistan, matured our relationship. We have more confident relationship, we are building trust in each other, and we are ready now to engage in another more ambitious agenda in terms of our relationship, being political, being economic, being assistance to Pakistan, higher education, I mean all the different issues. But the fact that it is also a strategic engagement plan means that we are ready also to engage both sides on issues which are going beyond our borders. So ready to discuss regional issues, ready to discuss global challenges as EU and Pakistan.
Bringing back to interfaith harmony, human rights and minority issues, Pakistan has been doing a lot on that, and we have also developed national action plan around that as well. How do you see Pakistan efforts in this context, and where do we need improvements?
I think what I've seen, or what we have seen, is obviously the national action plan, especially that was decided after this attack in Peshawar in 2014. We have seen obviously a big impact when it comes to the security situation of the country. No doubt, we have seen how the number of attacks per day, for example, have dropped dramatically over the last 4 years. So that is very good. And I think we can only commend, how Pakistan has been handling that. But I think as it is also the assessment of the government, there is a part of the National Action Plan which still need to be put into motion, which is the one which is really tackling the root causes of extremism and radicalization in Pakistan. I think I was recently at a briefing by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Interior on this, the new elements, I would say, or the follow-up in terms of implementation of the National Action Plan. I think that is badly needed, and it's a very good development that the government is now tackling that.
Great. So Pakistan is also doing a lot around terrorism, and Pakistan has been victim of that, of course, yes, particularly about after 9/11 attack. And we have been victim and faced economic losses and infrastructure losses, and especially when it comes to youth, they are jobless in that context, taken into that context. So do you suggest any way forward or any plans around that what Pakistan should do about it?
I mean, I would be very modest on that because obviously it's a big responsibility for any government to tackle these kind of issues. But I think what we see, and I think it is also shared by the government, you have a very young population. You have more than 3 million youth entering the labor market every year. We know that all of them cannot become a medical doctor, engineer, they don't get all MBA. You have also to have people who will have practical skills, technical skills that can be, useful for your industry, for the business community here. So one of our objectives as European Union, and I think we know that also it's becoming more and more a priority of the government, is to focus on technical and vocational training. You need to train this young population with the right skills and quality skills that will be useful for your industry, for your business here, but also for international market. I mean, look, we know already we have 7 to 8 million Pakistani citizens which are working in, for example, in the Gulf countries. But what we see in the Gulf country usually there are Pakistani workers there are limited to construction work, building works. If we look at people who are doing more, more skilled work in the Gulf countries, they are not Pakistani quite often. They are coming from other countries. So there are niches also outside Pakistan for Pakistani young people, but for that you have to train them with the right skill. So as European Union, along with Germany, with Norway, we are very much involved into this technical vocational training sector, along with NAFTTC and the different TEFTA at provincial level. We feel humbly that it should be really a priority for any government of Pakistan to focus on the youth population and to train them that they can be, full citizens of this country.
So, what do you think that what Pakistan should be doing right now? The current government is, of course, trying hard to do structural reforms around economy, and we are trying to bring investment from different countries. So, what, in your opinion, should we do to bring European Union's investment to Pakistan?
I know that the government is working a lot on the ease of doing business in Pakistan, and I think there are different issues, but I think the first one is probably the perception of the country. Pakistan has to demonstrate that Pakistan is changing. I know that the motto of the Prime Minister and the PTI government is Naya Pakistan. So you have to demonstrate that it is the case. So there are a number of issues on which Pakistan has to demonstrate that Pakistan of today is different than Pakistan of yesterday. You were referring to terrorism, we are referring to security. I mean, all these kind of issues are important for the perception. I'm not always saying that the perception that some people might have outside Pakistan is the reality. Far from that. We know there is usually a big gap between the perception and the reality. But, investors, at least the one coming from the European Union, they are far away, and they perceive Pakistan from Europe. So there is a lot of work to do that to bridge, the reality of Pakistan, which is clearly not the one of yesterday, with the perception that the people have in Europe. And we have also to do our work as, EU ambassadors of the EU member states to explain how Pakistan is changing. What you need also, what is really important when you are talking about investment, is predictability. So you have to make sure investors will be reassured that if they know that the policies which are put in place by the government of Pakistan are going to last. They are not going to change. So I think that is also key for Pakistan, predictability. Another important issue for any investor is that the rules of the game should be the same for everybody. So you should not go to a country where you feel that maybe some countries have an upper hand than you have from the country you are coming from. So that also is very important for an investor, especially for people coming from Europe. Transparency also important when it comes to procurement. So I know again that the new government is working hard on that. We are here to support, we are here to help, we are here to raise awareness also in Europe, to bring investors there. My colleagues from the different member states of European Union present here, I know, are now more and more bringing business delegations to Pakistan to show them what is the ground reality of Pakistan today. That is good. It will take a bit of time, but I think we are really on the right track. We can feel that there is something which is going on.
That's great to hear.
Yes.
So, in that context, so far, Prime Minister Imran Khan has not visited any European country.
Yes.
So, is that on EU's agenda to invite Prime Minister Imran Khan to your countries?
For us, it has been always on the agenda since August last year. So I hope that it will come on the agenda of the Prime Minister, obviously, yes. In the next coming week, we should see your Foreign Minister going to Europe to sign this famous strategic engagement plan that was agreed last week between the two ministers. So that will be a first step, I guess, and I hope that there will be an opportunity also to see the Prime Minister to Europe in the next coming weeks as well.
Let's hope so. European countries has also put a ban on 16 countries. Around 16 countries, and Saudi Arabia is also part of that on money laundering and terror financing issues. So FATF would be considering that list?
Yeah, actually, let's be very, very candid, and Pakistan is on the list. But Pakistan is on the list because Pakistan is already on the list of FATF, on the grey list of FATF. So it's a kind of automatic listing because the country is on the list of by FATF as high-risk country when it comes to money laundering or financing terrorism, then it goes on an EU list. So it's I wouldn't say it's normal practice, but it's automatic. Meaning also, by the way, that obviously, as soon as, and I hope it will be soon than later, Pakistan will be out of the FATF grey list, then obviously we will review our list as well, very quickly as well.
That's great. We really hope that Pakistan would be out of FATF grey list. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for your time. And EU and Pakistan not only shares a relation on the themes we discussed, but they also cooperate on security issue, on goods and services, and on trade and economies, and a lot more thematic areas. And on next year, we'll come up with another program with another issue. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.